So you've decided to enter the entity's realm. A wise decision, as there are plenty of sights to see and things to do once inside the fog. A word of warning though, spending enough time in the fog may lead you to recognizing a few patterns amongst your running mates. You see, while every survivor is a special snowflake in their own way, some of them definitely resemble one another. Sometimes, these stereotypes are flattering. Other times, not so. Hello friends, I'm Das Food, and today we're taking a look at 5 survivors you'll meet in Dead by Daylight. We're only doing survivors today, but make sure to let me know down below if you'd be interested in a list like this focused on killers. Without further ado, let's get into it. Up first, we have number 1, The Machine.
Now I'm like, it, I'm the machine! They looked at each other, looked at me, and they're like, it, he's the machine!
This survivor is, above all else, goal-oriented. DBD's tutorial told them their objective was repairing generators, and by golly, that's what they're gonna do. The machine has little time for doing totems, healing teammates, or really even looping the killer. These survivors are at home with their hands on a generator or an exit gate. They don't waste time, and they certainly don't stick around once the in-game collapse begins. As for teammates who may go down towards the end of the game, tough luck. The machine hammered out at least 3 gens on their own, and they are not going to wait around to see if the killer has Blood Warden. Of course, it's nothing personal when they leave. The machine would have to have emotions for it to be personal. After that, we have number 2, the Jester.
You're gonna longingly gaze at me.
Yo, you a funny ass dude, what the f?
This player is the complete opposite of the machine in every way, shape, and form. Whereas the machine is focused solely on the objective side of DBD, the Jester is focused more on the subjective side. These players are only interested in fun, and couldn't care less whether or not they survive the trial. Expect these players to bring perks like Pebble and Head On, and to frequently want to be in the killer's presence. These players love to see and be seen, but it's never for malicious purposes. While their antics may annoy some goal-oriented players, Jesters are only there to have a good time, and are ultimately harmless. Of course, it's hard to have a good time if you're number 3, the minesweeper.
I'm so happy cause I'm a gummy bear.
Baba Booey.
If you were skeptical before, these players prove beyond a shadow of a doubt that not only is luck real, but that some people just don't have it. Minesweepers may be skilled in other aspects of the game, but rest assured, if there are traps on the map, they will step in them. Whether it's Freddy snares, Trapper bear traps, Hag phantasms, or even Nemesis zombies, these players can't help but walk headfirst into all kinds of danger. Extra props to minesweepers who find inventive ways to be unlucky, like accidentally standing on demo portals, or always being in chase when Haunted Grounds is broken. Next, we have a classification you've definitely seen before, that being number 4, the Bone Collector.
Pick up your palette knife and then work that into meat. Give your meat a good old rub. That's it. Nice and hot. Hot and spicy meat.
Unlike the types that came before, Bone Collectors come in 2 distinct forms. Form 1 wants only to destroy bones, no matter the cost. They run perks like Counterforce, Small Game, and Detective's Hunch, and make sure that they always destroy as many totems as possible. Maybe they do what they do because they're just that afraid of Noed. Maybe they do it just because they want the easy BP that such a habit brings. Or maybe, just maybe, they do it because their hatred for bones is as inexplicable to themselves as it is to everyone else. They don't know why, but for whatever reason, all bones must go. Form 2 isn't too far off from Form 1, but there's a major difference. Instead of destroying totems, they want to rehabilitate them. They can fix them. They can help them turn their lives around. All they have to do is provide a spark to that totem's life. A boon, some might say. No matter the situation, Form 2 collectors are always keen to boon totems as frequently as possible. As soon as a boon is snuffed, another is lit. Expect these players to dedicate at least 2 of 4 perks to boons. Gens, looping, going for saves. Those things are nice, but they don't satisfy Form 2's ravenous booner.
Yeah, boy.
Lastly, we have number 5, the wannabe. As with the Bone Collector, wannabes come in 2 forms. Form 1 is the more benign of the 2. These players dream of being looping gods, but simply lack the skill. They'll throw on a purple flashlight, don their best overpriced cosmetic, equip all the strongest perks, and select to play usually as Nia or Claudette. They've waited their whole lives for this moment. They will put you, the sweaty killer, on their 360 montage. Then the game begins, and it doesn't go as well. It turns out, watching Noob 3's entire back catalog does not actually make you Noob 3. Dejected, these players accuse you of having no life in the post-game chat and insist that they weren't really trying anyway, dude, so stop taking it so seriously. As bad as Form 1s are, Form 2s are far, far worse. These wannabes couldn't stand not being top tier. They couldn't stand losing. Worst of all, they couldn't understand why the devs would make such a stupid game that doesn't recognize their obvious talent. Frustrated by constant failure and crying into their crusty body pillows, they make a decision. They will have the last laugh. They'll show the sweaty killer mains. So they log on to sites that will not be named here and download a host of subtle cheats. Never again will they be caught, and even if they are, they won't mistime their dead hard again. Form 2 wannabes will finally have their revenge. Until they have to eventually turn off the game and go to bed, at which point they'll find out that there are no hacks available for real life and they're stuck in F tier.
Still no bitches!
And that's the list. Have you run into any of the players mentioned here today? Are you one of these players? Are wannabes going to dislike this video in droves? Probably. Anyway, thanks for watching and make sure to comment what types of survivors you'd like to see mentioned in part 2. If you enjoyed what you saw, make sure to like and subscribe, and also follow me on Twitch, where I stream Monday, Wednesday, and Friday of every week. Until next time, I've been Das Food. Bye, friends.